Today we have some gameplay of the new Stargrave The Last Prospector expansion by Osprey Games and Joseph A. McCullough, showing off the 2 new captain backgrounds and some of the new powers, plus some of the new soldier classes. We're currently on our 2nd mission of the campaign and decided to play the scenario The Last Station. In our hunt to find the Prospector, we've come across an asteroid field where we know the Prospector has been searching for something. As we push through the field, there's a faint signal from a large asteroid that turns out to be an abandoned research station. However, it's too dangerous with low gravity and rock fields in our way to land, so we have to float our way over to the station through the outer space, crack open the doors and grab any information or loot that we can find. We set up the mission and there's physical loot in the centre worth the most booty and 2 other digital or data loot at either end of the station. Outside in the gravity field there's another data and physical loot token. Anywhere but inside the space station you have to move in a straight line floating through the air unless you can grip onto terrain to shuffle around it. Some really nice extra special mechanics for this mission. We join the gameplay during turn 2 after both crews float up towards the station ready to move in. Quick special thank you to our sponsors, Board in Brum. You can shop over there for all your wargaming needs, from Games Workshop to Atomic Mass Games and many other companies. And look into their events that they have on pretty much every weekend. Thanks to those guys, and you can go and check out the link to their store in the description below this video. Right, going into the 2nd turn, we've all made our advances, having to push off of rocks and all sorts because of the low gravity, and we're all kind of moving into position. We've got our some of our code crackers and whatnot, and hackers and whatnot on these doors ready to go to crack into there, and I think both of our captains are on either side of the doors to move in. We'll do a roll off for initiative out, and it's a 19 for me versus your 15, so the brown coats get 1 up on the Avengers there, going with their crew first to try and get into this building, I imagine. So to get into the space station we have to do a test on it. My chiseler professional here, he's going to move up to the side of the door and he's going to try and crack it because he's within 1, so he has to straight move into the wall and grip onto the side of the station with it being low gravity field, and then he just does a normal chisel test to see if you can crack the door. You can choose whether you want it to be physical or data type to crack the door, and I'm going to choose physical because that is my chiseler. So it's now +7 willpower because he has a chisel. To try and crack this door I need a 7, I believe. Oh, a 4 will not do it. I do not crack the door. That's his 2 actions done. My captain and somebody else within 3 then have to go because it's the captain phase. My medic is within 1 of the door, so he's actually going to try and hack it himself. So once again we'll just choose physical because it doesn't really matter here. We just want to try and pop the door open. The medic needs an 11, so it's not too bad. Yes, a 16. As if my chiseler couldn't do it, but my medic popped the door. The door opens and just floats off the asteroid into space. And then my medic does actually then have a move, but he'll have to kind of cling on to people. So he's going to have a full move here. So what we'll do, we'll move into a bit of cover behind the table inside the room, clinging onto the outside of the building, the space station, and moves inside. And once you get inside, there is no gravity, so you can move however you like. I'll then go with my captain. He's going to budge a couple of inches to get inside, and he's going to move 5, get himself up onto the physical loot. And he's in the middle ready to get that physical loot, which is worth a fair bit for this one in the middle of the space station. And I need a 5 on an activation roll. Like a 15, we easily crack it, and you can immediately pick up a physical loot token. He used his power smash and grab to do that one. So he then picks up the physical loot, and I believe he then gets his 3-inch move as well, after, because you can choose to do after the power. So he's actually going to move and tuck himself into the table there, just nicely. That'll do. And that was one of the new powers from the new expansion with my investigator, the captain, and that was a real smash and grab. Aldous, your hacker, is he going to move in?
He is, but I'm just...
So Moldus, your hacker, has moved up to the door. You're going to try and crack it, so you get +7.
Yeah, obviously because he's a hacker, I'm going to try and do it as a data hack.
Makes sense. So you get your +7. and 6, which is 1 less than what you needed, and that's what I did. I failed on mine. So you're now going to need to try and do something else there with somebody else. So Moldus failed to get in. Your captain is Nihilus. He's within 1.
He's got a fortune token on him, so you can get a free reroll.
Yeah, you did the power earlier in the game, so you got a free reroll on it if you need it.
He's my best. You're my only hope, Nihilus.
And you need the reroll as well, so you need a 10. So you spend the token, and fortune favours the brave, or just the powerful in this case, because Nihilus cracks the door.
Probably over here, isn't it?
Move him in.
Yeah, go token a bit.
Guard the token, yeah, nice. I like it. And Nihilus, the captain's in. You've got one other character to activate. Ajax with his big armour.
Grab onto the door.
Move in.
And
try and unlock it. +3, because he's a bit of a beast. Yes, easy. Oh, not easy. You got it on 14, just about. 11, 3 to 14, he unlocks it. But it stands there until you download it from the servers and the computer. So, going into the first mate phase, Natu's here. I'm going to activate my hacker. He's within 1 of the data loop. We're going to try and hack that. +7 to my roll. Crack it nice and easy with a 23 in the end. So that's cracked, and then he has to move now. So I'm actually going to wussy out here, and I'm going to go backwards. And we're just going to go back that way. Cling onto this rock edge here. Then second up to go, we're going to go with... I'm going to bump into somebody here. Grab that for an action on my recruit there, and we'll leave it as that for him. And that will be them two done. It's then on to my first mate, Natu. So I'm actually just going to move my way across to the edge of the building and grab on with a straight move. No, what I will do, there is a data loop token underneath my captain there, so I'll try and unlock it with a data knock. And I need a 13, which means I need a 9 with +4 will. And I get a 7. I will exert myself for 2 damage. Ooh, his big brain explodes. So he takes 2 damage plus, do I get any strain? So I take 3 damage on Natu there, and a combination of strain and exertion to actually unlock the data loot token, which is underneath my captain, so somebody else will be able to grab that at a later date. Sid, the captain, the chiseler of the ship, he's going to move up for the physical loot, yeah?
Yep.
Cling onto the edge.
Crawl around the rock.
And then see if you can crack it. +7 because it's physical. And he's got a chisel.
Oh.
Not on a 3, so won't grab it.
Yes.
The gobbler, the little creature's gonna go. And he's got 8-inch straight move. Imagine a little jackalope floating through the night sky over an asteroid. No. Off he goes. And then you're going to go 4, and you're going to lock me in. Nice. Off he goes. And Grax is going to have to be your first mate.
He's got to try and
grab it,
hasn't
because
he?
your chiseler failed. And 12 will do it. +3 gives you 15, and you get to crack the loot and pick it up straight away as well, because it's physical loot token. And you pulled off an adrenaline surge power last turn, which means that you now have 2 moves if you need them, but you're half movement for physical loot.
That's 1 move.
1 move, half move with physical loot is getting you around the corner because he's quite fast, Grax.
Which gives him a little bit. I don't fancy running towards those robots.
No, I wouldn't either. So you're going to get a second move, and you can just probably move straight off of the asteroid, float up to your ship. So 3.5 for your second move, floating off into space. So having physical loot, and Grax floats off into the distance with your physical loot. Let's go with my trooper, Carmine. He's going to float up to the door, just step inside the door there, and then literally pick up that data loot token underneath my captain. Data loot is now on Carmine, my trooper. That's one of the soldiers for the soldier phase. My robot here, I'm not going to lie guys, I'm thinking it's better just to run away with things now. We're pretty good for loot on both sides here. I'm thinking I just float up to the door there, latch onto the edge of the robot. I'll go with my recruit, and I might charge Gobbler. So he's going to protect his twin brother, and that, if he's got his mouth open, yes it is, no he hasn't, so that's Ardu, his brother's Pie with his mouth open. So, full 6-inch move, lock Gobbler in. So then he's going to make an attack Ardu into Gobbler, your enraged rabbit, which is a beast. We're both -1 to our fight because neither of us have filter masks on for the scenario, and because of the low atmosphere and oxygen on the asteroid, we're weaker when we're fighting essentially. But I'm also +2 to my combat though because of Natu helping me out in the fight there for +2. So I'm +1 overall, and I'm +2 overall. Mine would be +1 originally, down to 0, up 2 because of the support. You're normally 1, Al, you're -1 for the filter mask. So +2, I've got 15 to your 16, I believe. So you just about pull it off with the rabbit. So he managed to cause 4 damage to Ardu. He's only got 10 armor, but you're -2 for being unarmed. And then Gobbler gets angry as he always does, and just for thematic purposes, we always switch him out for his real form. It totally isn't a squig. It's a Gobbler.
It's a boggle.
A boggle, that's what it's called, yeah. So it changes form when it gets angry. You also stunned Ardu, so he's going to be finding it a bit harder to do things next turn. You've also pushed me 1 away after winning the combat. You don't really want to be outnumbered. Last one to go for me is the robot here. We're kind of, again, just moving around here, double move, half move for the second one. Just gripping onto this asteroid as a robot, it's a bit of a weird thing. So Hooper, up on his rock, his vantage point with his long-range carbine. He's going to shoot at my guy with the data loot, that's Pi. He's only a recruit. So both +3 because there's intervening terrain, and our normal stats. So I'm on a 13. Oh, and a nice 16 +3 to a 19 for UL, that's nice. Massive 9 damage, I only have 10 armor, which means I get wounded. Unfortunately holding that token, which makes things a lot harder.
He's running in because he's one of the fastest.
Pick up the data loot.
Pick up the data loot.
And you pick up the data loot, and that's him done, because that's his 2 actions. And then you've got your Crom and Kronique, your other 2 recruits there. You're going to go with Crom, and he literally just needs to float an inch into the building and just crawl along the side of it for 4 or 5. There you go. And then he'll be within 10 there of my injured Pi, one of the twins, to shoot at him. So +2 to your your shooting roll, and then for me I'm 0, -2 for being injured, but then I go up 1 because of you move before shooting. It's an unsteady shot, so I'm on 4, and you got a good roll again. +2 for you goes to 18, and that is a dead Ardu, and he drops the token. Ouch. Floating on up the table through the asteroid field is, the rock field should I say, is Kronique, your other recruit. Floating up 6. And then 3 more move for a half move for the second one, gets you up. I had initiative, so I'll roll on the unwanted attention table for the end of the turn, because we don't, after last turn we rolled a low result on the table, so we didn't have any of the dark shadow units come in, so the pirates. And that will be a fail again, so nothing interrupts the game for now. And that there ends our little gameplay teaser for the new Stargrave The Last Prospector expansion. If you enjoyed the snippet, there's always more where that came from, and perhaps we can show off another mission. Otherwise, check out our sponsor, Board & Brum, for all your wargaming needs, and make sure for all things Stargrave The Last Prospector and all things wargaming, you keep it right here at Wargaming Luke. Until next time, as always, happy wargaming.